Well, there's a lot of controversial stuff about the NFL. Let's start with what they're being paid. They're up in arms over that. It's a running back revolt. Saquon Barkley caved in. The New York Giant running back, who a week ago wrote on social media, quote, F them. They want to see my value. If I don't play for them this year, they'll see my value. Well, he caved in. He wound up taking, and I don't understand this. He took a 1-year deal for $11 million. The franchise tag number was 10.1. So he got a little bit of a bump. But this is the same guy that turned down 3 years, $39 million from the Giants in the offseason. So he settles for 1 year, 11. He gets paid, but he's the risk. What if he gets hurt?
Yeah.
Now he's got no leverage whatsoever. So that was weird. Josh Jacobs of the Raiders left at the airport in Vegas, leaving as all these players are flying in to start training camp. No communication. And we find out Josh Jacobs was offered 1 year, $13 million, which is a nice bump from the 10.1 franchise tag fee. He turned that down. Why would you do that? I mean, it's more money. Granted, it's only a 1-year deal, but they've not been able to bridge the gap. Dalvin Cook, Minnesota, he was released, $10.6 million. He's in New York at the Jets camp. They think he's going to sign a deal to team up with Aaron Rodgers. But that being said, he's not going to get $10.6 million. It'll be a pay cut. The Jets do have $15 million cap space because of Aaron Rodgers restructuring his contract. Zeke Elliott spent the weekend in Foxborough with the Patriots. Ex-Cowboy. Hard to believe he's not in somebody's camp yet. He made 10.6, I think, last year. They asked him to take a cut to 5. He said no. They let him go. He's not going to get 10.6 with the New England Patriots. Belichick doesn't pay his guys that money. Austin Ekeler is staying with the Chargers. He is not happy, but he's going to play the final year of his contract. There's another risk there. He got a bit of a incentive bonus package. If he has a typical Ekeler year, he'll earn $8.5 million. So that's the running back situation, but it's weird. I mean, how Barkley acted, what he said, boycotted all the workouts and then signs for less than he could have had when they offered him three years for $39 million. And then obviously all the other guys with Josh Jacobs turned down, or Dalvin Cook, Zeke Elliott, et cetera.
Turning down $13 million a year for 3 years. I mean, it's like the bird in the hand. You know, you got to take the money when they offer you that kind of a deal. But it's just weird about running backs and how they almost seem to be disposable. I mean, is that how the owners think of them? But what's the average career of a running back? Maybe 3 years in the NFL?
Well, you know, the league will float the theory that average life expectancy of an NFL player is 3 years. But that's not really a fair claim. That 3-year average totals out all guys on a 53-man roster. You know, in the bottom half of the roster, there's churn. It's turned over a lot. You take the star guys, take the star running backs, their life expectancy could be 7 to 10 years. So that number, average life in the NFL is 3 years plus. That's not correct because the stars, vis-a-vis Tom Brady, played forever. You know, so I think when you really do an average of the marquee players, it's much higher. It could be 7 to 10 to 12 years per player for the stars that you're paying all the money to. So it's not like they're dead men walking.
I wonder, though, if you go back in time, when you look at, you know, the top running backs in the league, let's talk about like Walter Payton or
Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders. Yeah. Were they ever like the most compensated player on the team, or has it always been a quarterback league?
No, it's been a quarterback league, but they were at the top of what the running backs were being paid. But you know, the flip side of that is the injury factor is significant, and guys' careers are one snap away from the end of your career. So that comes into the equation, which makes what Barkley did stupid because he's already had one major injury, missed almost a full season. You know, when you're offered $13 million a year on a $39 million deal that was almost fully guaranteed, why would you not take that?
And it's not like he has a whole bunch of alternatives, you know, people lining up to sign him. Yeah, that was a foolish move. He should have taken the cash.
So that's where we are. We'll keep notes of these NFL stories. And of course, Hall of Fame ceremony this coming weekend. And obviously the NFL preseason schedule starts Thursday night.
Oh my God.
I'll bring the sub sandwiches. You provide the Corona beer. It'll
Yeah.
be New York Jets, Cleveland Browns, Hall of Fame game.
Wow. I mean, that's always like by itself, right?
Yes.
Before the rest of the schedule follows. But who's getting inducted now? Is someone getting inducted?
Oh yeah, you would ask me, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of guys
Mhm.
led by, I think, Browns star left tackle Joe Thomas. I think is part of that mix.
Mhm.
Don Coryell from the contributors class will be enshrined posthumously. Dan Fouts will give the speech.
Oh yeah, so they make the announcement like in January,
Sure.
and then so the ceremony will be in the summer.
Yeah, so the ceremony is always linked to the Hall of Fame game at Fawcett Stadium
Okay,
in Canton, Ohio.
right on.
So we get first look at the Jets. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers will play. Maybe he'll make a cameo appearance. You got Deshaun Watson in Cleveland. So the Hall of Fame game comes up on Thursday. Okay, let's